Hello everyone and welcome to this follow along routine. I'm your flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and today I'm gonna guide you through this follow along routine where we're going to focus on the flexibility of your whole body through 5 of my best flexibility positions. The flexibility positions I'm talking about are the front split, the side split, the bridge, the lateral pancake, and the pike. Okay, so these are the 5 flexibility positions we're going to focus on. Now, I must tell you, don't worry if you can get into a bridge or into a split, because I'm gonna guide you through the stretches, okay? We're not going to do just the splits, okay? So you do want to adjust the positions we're going to see based on your flexibility level, okay? Now I'm gonna guide you through the poses, okay? And I'm gonna explain to you in the meanwhile why you want to do these poses to stretch your entire body. Because I do think that thanks to these 5 flexibility positions, you're gonna be able to master your whole body flexibility. Now, what you need for this routine, real quick, you need a chair, some yoga blocks, a wall, maybe a mat, and a string, something like this, okay? Or a band, that's it. So, really minimal equipment. Ready to start? Let's go. Okay, first exercise we do want to focus on, first position is the front split. I want you to work on your front split because thanks to the front split, you're gonna be able to stretch almost the entire lower body. I'm talking about your psoas and your hamstrings. So, couple of yoga blocks with you. You put your back leg against the wall like this. Now your knee can be all the way toward the wall or slightly away from the wall. Now you want to move one leg in front of you. There's the exercise, the preparation exercise for the front split. From here, you want to drive your hips down, okay, and your shoulders back. So it's going to be shoulders back, hips down. I do want to keep my thumb in and go down. Now we're gonna stay here for 8, 7, yeah, progressively getting deeper with my hips. 5, yeah, 4, yes, 3, I constantly try to get deeper. 2, you wanna feel the stretch on your psoas. 1, and now your front knee must be out, second variation. And now you can get a little deeper with your hips. You want to focus the stretch here in the front part of your back leg. Now you drive your knee out and you further bring your hips down. Remember though that as you do that, shoulders up, okay? Same with the shoulders. So belly in, shoulders back, hips down, another 8 breaths, okay? We're at 6, okay, breathe. 5, down with the hips, this is really important. 4, this is it. 3, I do want to try to get as deep as possible. 2, okay, and 1, come back in, just a couple of breaths more here, just to find, again, this position here, which is going to be exactly the same setup we're gonna use in a front split. All the difference is that now, we're going to focus just on the back leg, which is by far the most important leg you do want to stretch in a front split. Now change your sides. Again, there's going to be front knee in, hips down, shoulders back. Okay, we stay here and we breathe. 8 breaths again. 7, remember, don't flex your body forward. Keep your shoulders up. Help yourself with the block, belly in. Just drive my hips down. 5, beautiful. Keep your shoulders up. Keep pushing your hips down. 4, this is it. 3, excellent. 2, and 1. Now remember, front knee out. I spread it out and I drive my hips down. This is again 8 breaths. 7, I drive it out, hips down, shoulders up. 5, breathe regularly. Of course, here, since I'm driving my knee out, I'm creating more space inside of the hip. As you can see, I'm not like crushing my hip toward my leg. I'm opening it down. That's why I can gain more range of motion here. But then I do want to keep it in again and go down. Just different. You're gonna feel the stretch in both exercises, all right? But when you keep your hips squared, which means front leg in line with the back leg, that is the setup you want to use in a front split. Okay, so this is a really excellent preparation exercise you can use for your front split position. And now you want to get into a front split. So front split wise, you do want to have one leg in front of you and one leg back. Remember that we have the yoga blocks. So as I told you, don't worry if you can get into a front split or not. Make sure that you are putting some yoga blocks under your hips, okay? We can use 4 yoga blocks, for example, just for that matter. What you want to do, one leg in front of you, straight, okay? You sit on top of the blocks with your hip. Can you say? With your front hip. You sit on top, you relax. You keep your hips squared, your legs on the same line, as I told you before, okay? Now from here, first strategy. So, as I told you, you can keep your shoulders up, but now we do want to start with a different position. So you do want to actually fold your trunk forward as much as you can until you can touch your chest with your knee. Now you want to keep the yoga blocks under your hips as high as your knee. Now from here, we're gonna stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we want to press the front heel down toward the floor, okay? So hold that contraction there for 5 seconds. 4, 3, hold it down. 2, 1, and then we stop. Inhale, exhale. Now we try to pull our body deeper into the stretch, which means down with the chest, okay? That's the concept here. Okay, so I pull it down, further down. Ooh, 5 breaths again. And then I want to change. So up with the trunk, wonderful. Shoulders back, I press my hips back. Now, first variation, folding the trunk down. Second variation, pushing the back hip down. So now the focus is here, okay? So I do want to push this hip toward the floor. 5 breaths again. After 5 breaths where I keep my shoulders up, I do want to press my back knee toward the floor. So first variation, front heel. Second variation, back knee. 5 seconds again, I go, hold it, and then I stop the contraction, inhale, shoulders up, exhale. Of course, if you can get deeper, remove the yoga blocks, get closer to the floor with your hips. Now, as I told you, don't worry if you can get all the way down. We're training for the front split. This doesn't mean that we're not stretching our muscles. We are also stretching our muscles, okay? So now I have my back foot, which is, as you can see, is out of the mat. This is because I want to slide with something, okay? Even though the front foot is on the mat, you want to be able to slide, at least with one of your feet, okay? So front feet or front foot or back foot on top of something slippery, because you do want to slide. Now, second set, we're going to do the same work on the other side. So it's going to be, hop. Now I'm gonna show you the progression with the front foot on something slippery. First variation, always 5. 5 is the magical number of today's routine. So I fold it down, touch the chest, and stay here for 5. Remember, sliding forward is the key word here. I'm using my front foot in this case. 3, breathe, relax, 4, and 5. Okay, now front heel, press down. 5 seconds, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Beautiful, and now you stop, inhale, exhale. Now you simply try to get deeper by pulling your body further into the stretch, okay? So it's going to be, I move it down, I straighten my leg more, I straighten my back more, and I move it down, I crunch my body down, okay? 5 here, this is it, beautiful. After 5, reach up, shoulders up, hips down, okay? So it's going to be shoulders up, I press my hips down, try to keep my shoulders on top of my hips. 5 breaths again here, relax, down with the hip, 5 breaths. Then after 5 breaths, I do want to press my back knee again, okay, against the floor. I go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I stop, inhale, exhale, get deeper into the stretch, okay. Try to reach a little deeper, 1. Of course, when you feel comfortable, you can get rid of the blocks. As you can see, I can also get into a split, but it's not important. Like the final result is not important. Most important thing is that you can find your sweet spot, a point where you can hold a stretch for these 5 breaths, relatively at mild intensity, okay? Not too easy, not too hard. You don't want to cry here. Okay, 5 breaths again. Now, this is the first position we do want to work on, the front split. Now, let's talk about the side split, shall we? Okay, the side split is generally harder than a front split for the majority of us. So we're going to say a preparation exercise and the direct exercise, so the side split itself. Now, preparation exercise-wise, we do want to start with this exercise here. So, one knee on the floor with your foot in line with your knee and the other leg straight like this. Now, from this position here, that foot is turned out and you're pushing your hips forward. From here, I do want to squat down, reach the bottom, try to open through this leg as much as possible and come back. We're going to do 5 reps of these, okay? Trying to open through the hip angle as much as possible. As you can see, I'm going down, 3, okay? As I'm in the bottom position, I really do want to press the hips down, okay? Trying to create space inside of the hip as much as possible. 4, okay, and 5. Now I do want to hold it for 5. 1, press the hips forward. As you can see, I'm working on the same angle of a side split. 4 and 5. Now you want to grab your yoga blocks, put one under your hips, one under your hands, straighten the leg you have on the side and get into this one leg frog stretch, okay? So you arch your back here. It's really important that you keep your back arched and that you drive your hips down. Remember that you have this yoga block because you do want to relax on something. Now, the major mistake people make here, they sit down. As you can see, I have the wall behind me. I do want to think about pushing my hips away from the wall, okay? This foot of the bent leg remains in line with my knee, okay? These are the technical details you have to know. Here, 5 breaths, okay? 5 is the magical number. If you think about how long should I stay here? 5, okay? 5 breaths for this routine here. Of course, you can adjust it as you want. You want to make it last a little longer, make it 10 breaths, okay? Now, after 5, I do want to press down with my bent legs knee, and my straight legs foot. So I press it down, hold it for 10, okay? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Inhale, exhale. On the exhale, I try to get deeper with my hips, which doesn't mean, remember, sitting down, which means kind of driving my hips over the wall. No, hips forward and down, forward and down. I keep everything on the same line. The foot, the hips, the knee. Okay? Much like a side split. This is a good preparation exercise also for that. 5 breaths again here, which at this point are done. I do want to repeat the same kind of work on the other side, okay? So, at first, remember the dynamic work first, okay? So, hips up, legs straight to the side. You choose the width of your stance, okay? The narrower, the easier, of course. Now, from here, down, hips forward, as much as I can, up, 1. Hips forward, as much as I can, 2, beautiful. Hips forward as much as I can, 3, beautiful. Hips forward as much as I can, 4, height, and down, hold it there. Push your hips forward, hold it for 5, 4, down with the hips, 3, beautiful, 2, and 1, fantastic. Yoga blocks, one under your hip. It's not exactly under my hip, as you can see, it's more under the middle of my leg. The better I get, the closer I can put it under my hips, because this way I'm gonna get deeper with my hips to the floor, okay? So you want to adjust the height of the block you got under your hips or under your leg, okay? So it's going to be 5 breaths here again. Remember, relax as much as possible. Drive your hips progressively down, okay? 5 breaths, everything is on the same line. Now, after 5, I press down with my foot and with my knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I stop. I inhale. Exhale, get deeper now. Okay, we have 5 breaths again. 4. Yeah, relax and get deeper. 2, 1. Wonderful. Okay, so this is the preparation exercise for your side split. Now, side split wise, I must tell you, the technique is almost completely identical to this exercise we just did. But in this case, we have both legs straight. So you want to always use some yoga blocks to relax on, okay? So I'm gonna show you 2 progressions for your side split. We're gonna hold each progression. This is going to be an exception for 10 breaths, okay? Not 5, 10. So we are here, legs to the side. Now again, I must tell you, it's not important how high you start. You can also start here, okay? Make sure you can relax on something. So I'm gonna use some yoga blocks exactly for that. As you can see, if I start here, now I want to slide out. Make sure you have something to slide. Again, this concept of driving the hips forward, so not toward the wall behind me, forward, in line with my feet. This is really important. Now I'm resting on the yoga blocks, as you can see here, okay? Doesn't matter the height, can be more, can be less. Find your angle, okay? If you have a sofa, for example, a hole, and you can't cover this range of motion, you're much higher than this. When I started, I remember I was doing the side split with my sofa under my hips. You just want to find your angle, okay? Now, first progression, fold your body down a little. Now, this is called box split. A little, not too much. As you can see, my shoulders are still higher than my hips, okay? We're gonna spend here 10 breaths, 9, okay? Trying to progressively move deeper. 8, every couple of breaths, try to get deeper. Now, I'm just showing you the progression, of course, this is gonna take time, but I think you're gonna make solid progress with this routine here. 5, 4, beautiful. 3, okay, 2, and 1. Now, this is box split because I'm folding my trunk down, okay? Now, to make it side split, this requires a little bit more flexibility because you have to arch your back as well. So you have to have also some kind of back flexibility to keep your body up this way. It's going to be the same hip-wise, but the box split is a little easier because you can fold your body forward here. The side split here requires also a little bit of back flexibility. 10 breaths again here, 9. Of course, as you get deeper and deeper, you do want to remove the blocks, okay? Always have something to relax on until your last centimeter, okay? You want to feel like you're pressing on something. We're at 6, okay? Not forgetting about counting, don't worry. 5. So now I'm sure I'm touching the yoga blocks. I can give it one last little push to complete my side split and get all the way down. 3, come on. 2, hi. 1. Ooh, and we go. That's it. That's our side split. Hi. So this is how we want to work on our side split position. We've been saying some exercises, some pretty good exercises here to work on your side split range of motion, but this is a complete routine for your whole body. Next up, we have the bridge, okay? And for the bridge, we need the last 2 pieces of equipment I shown you, okay? The chair and the band. How to use the band. Now, first exercise, we're gonna warm up the shoulders. Now you take the band, you put it in front of your body like this. Keep your grip as wide as you need, okay? Arms are straight on the same line. Bring it up. Now, shrug your shoulders up. Go all the way back, all the way back. Stop when you have the stick or the band touching your hips. Come back up with control, extreme control. 1, we're gonna make 5, 2, beautiful, and with extreme control. 3, open, arms straight, and up. 4, that's the ticket, beautiful. Yes, last one. 5, pass, come back, beautiful. Okay, this is a nice shoulder warm-up. As you get better and better, you can narrow the grip, okay? So every time you can pass, and you feel like, I can do something more. Remember, arms straight, both on the way down. So here, I open. I try not to move my body to the side or in front of me. Just keep the body in the same place. I go, slowly, open. When I come back up, this is the entire exercise. I don't want to bend, okay? I do want to keep my elbows straight at all times. Straight, straight, control, control, control. It's all about this kind of control of the range of motion, because otherwise if you just go through with kind of too much speed, you're not going to stretch your muscles, you're just going through, okay? So remember, with control, 5 reps, as narrow as you can. Now, second exercise, you need the chair because of this. Now, the bridge is going to be something that combines your thoracic flexibility and your shoulder flexibility. First exercise with the band for your shoulders. Second exercise with the chair for your thorax, okay? You want to pull your shoulder blades, the top part actually of your shoulder blades. So think about this part of your spine here on top of the edge of the chair, okay? The edge. Now, as you got it, you grab the chair behind you, down, as low as possible. Now, from here, at the edge, now you keep elbows in, okay? Don't spread your chest out, keep your chest in. And from here, you go down with your hips as much as possible. You want to open through, as you can say, thoracic spine and shoulders. You open through, open through, open through, open through, and come back. 1, beautiful. If you don't keep your back at the edge of the chair, you're not gonna open through that specific point. Try not to expand your rib cage out. Keep your rib cage in. This way you're gonna focus on the correct portion of your spine. Now we're going to perform 5 reps, okay, with 3, 4, elbows in, elbows in, elbows in. Try to open through the center of your spine. And 5. Now on the 5th one, we're going to hold this position for 5, 4, drive it down, 3, high, 2, yeah, 1, and stop. Beautiful. Wow. Having a chair is something really good for your thoracic spine flexibility and shoulder flexibility as well. Now, I'm gonna show you how to perform a bridge. Don't worry if you can do it or not. If you can't, just give these exercises here, so the shoulder bend, rotation, first exercise for your shoulders, and the thoracic opener, another set. Otherwise, if you can get into a bridge, now we're gonna get into a bridge. You can perform a bridge with some yoga blocks under your feet to make it a little easier, okay, or on the floor to make it a little harder. The reason why this is harder with your feet on the floor is because you demand more hip flexibility. By raising your feet up, your hips are gonna be a little higher, so you're going to stay a little more comfortable in the stretch and can focus on the shoulders instead. Now we're gonna spend 5 breaths, slow breaths in a bridge, and then we're gonna change the position. Now to get into a bridge, feet a little wide apart, you want to put your hands next to your shoulders with your fingers pointing at you, okay? Now from here, press it up. Oof. Fingers pointing at your feet. Now, shrug your shoulders up, straighten your elbows as much as possible, and now straighten through the legs as well. At first, I do want to straighten through my elbows. Only when I have that, I do want to straighten through my knees, okay? I bring my knees into full extension, and I go for 1, beautiful, 2, drive your shoulders toward your ears, 3, wonderful, 4, yes, and 5, you can push it to 10 if you want, 6, 7, keep it straight, 8, 9, and 10, wonderful. Down, fantastic. The bridge, this position here, is a little difficult to build, but it pays dividends, because if you have this position here, I can tell your shoulders are pretty flexible and your upper body is pretty flexible too. But the next position is going to be really interesting, because we're talking about a point of your back and of your hips which is often neglected. I'm talking about your lateral range of motion. Position number 4, the lateral pancake. For position number 4, the lateral pancake, everything stays in the setup. The setup is going to be exactly the same for the easy and for the harder variation, okay? So you choose yours, you make progress, and we're gonna be spending 10 breaths this time in each position. Now, you want to understand how the exercise works, okay? So, you want to spread your legs apart a little bit. First kind of position, you want to start here, easy. The concept is that I do want to drive my trunk laterally, this way, okay? Now, I want to use this band, and I want to wrap it around my foot here. Now, understand this. Both of your hips must stay in contact with the floor at all times. One hand goes here, okay, on the band. I do want to pull my body in the opposite direction, keeping this hand pulling me forward, okay? So, I go down and I pull my body forward this way. But at the same time, with the other hand, I do want to go on top, and I want to use the yoga block to do that. So look at this, hop on top, and I move my body to the side. As I do this, Both of my hips remain on the floor, and I flex my body laterally, keeping my trunk as perpendicular to the floor as possible. I touch my knee with my shoulder, and I go. I want to stay here for 10, okay, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I let the yoga block pull my body laterally into the stretch. 1. Okay. Lateral movement. At all times, as I am in the stretch, I do want to use the bottom hand, this hand here, to pull my body forward, okay? And with this hand, I do want to move out instead. So this rotation exercise is going to deeply stretch my lateral muscles. In this case, I'm talking about a small muscle called the quadratum lumborum, which is a muscle you have in the inside of your spine, which moves your trunk laterally. And this little muscle, although little, can greatly limit your spine flexibility, your lower back flexibility. And so this is why it's so important to pay attention to this little muscle and stretch it deeply. So 10 breaths again on the other side. Now, let's say the second variation. Now, if you can't do this second variation, stick to the first one. Bent legs, hips on the floor. It's really important, hips on the floor. See a lot of people doing this exercise like this. Boom, they go to the side, but this hip comes up. No, you don't want to come up with this hip. Press it down. This ensures that you stretch through the side, okay? Now, legs straight. Again, bend, pull. At first, I do want to use the yoga block here, but this time, I can also put a yoga block here between your leg and your trunk. So I move laterally and crunch onto this yoga block, okay? Crunch it. Lateral. If I can, so at first I just go here. If I can, I do want to slowly reach for my foot, reach for my foot, reach for my foot. And this is going to be our last progression. This is fantastic. We're going to stay here 10, 9, wonderful, 8, 7, pull forward with the other hand, 6, my favorite flexibility position, 5, as you can see, my opposite hip is not coming off the floor, 3, 2, 1, other side now. If you ask me, Elia, you have one flexibility position to do for the rest of your life, this would be it. I just love it. Like, it's whole body flexibility, talking about chest, lats, spine, lateral flexion, hamstrings, adductors, glutes. Almost everything is involved here. Just love it so much, okay? Down, reach, if you can, grab, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, rotate your body as much as you can, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Woo! This is my favorite. This is my favorite. And as you can see, it works on this range of motion, lateral flexion, which oftentimes is really neglected, okay? And this is why a lot of people just go here, they lift the opposite hip, and they can't move into this lateral movement, which is so essential, so important also for the health of your lower back, of your trunk in general, of your hip in general. So lateral pancake, a must for your health and for your flexibility. Now, we have the last position we have to say, which is the Pike stretch. Now I'm talking about the Pike stretch because the Pike stretch, lower body wise and hip flexion wise, is maybe one of the best exercises you can use. It also stretches your calves greatly. Now, to perform the Pike stretch, you do want to stand up, okay? From here, the position is really easy to understand. I'm gonna show you a couple of variations, okay? Now, the first one, so preparation exercise, we're going to do for the fifth and last position, the Pike stretch, is this. One leg back, one leg in front of you, just slightly separated, okay? Some yoga blocks under your hands, just to keep your spine as straight as possible. So I'm talking about don't curve your back. Try to keep your back as open as possible. Now from here, we're going to bend the front leg until you can touch your chest with your knee. And then you go straight, bend, straight, bend. Go it 5 times, 3, 4, and 5, okay? Then we remain here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so leg bent, ha, leg straight, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, leg straight. Change. So, at all times, no curve, straight back. And now we go. 1, height, 2, both legs straight when they are straight, and then you bend just the front, not the back leg. 4, and 5, then you remain bent with the front leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you straighten it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exit. Now it's time for you to get into the actual Pike stretch. So you have both legs straight at this point, straighten through the back. Now we can repeat something I really love in a Pike stretch is that I can repeat this kind of dynamic motion. This is going to focus the stretch on one leg per time. For example, my right leg is always stiffer than my left. So when I do this, so I bend my left, for example, and I straighten my leg, my right, I can feel the stretch more compared to the other way around, okay? So maybe I do want to spend a couple of breaths more on my right side to bring it at the same level of my left. We're going to repeat this kind of dynamic motion 10 times, okay? Wonderful. Straightening and bending one leg per time, okay? Then on the last one, legs straight, and we move down. Now, yoga blocks. Now, don't worry if your back is completely straight. During these last kind of inches of range of motion, we can curve. Now, can you say, my body is not perfectly straight? I don't care. It's okay. Okay? Go down. Last 5 breaths here. Pull your body as close to your legs as possible. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And stop it. So, guys, this is really one of the best routines you can use to work on your whole body. Shoulders, spine, legs, hips, everything, thorax, whatever, okay? These are 5 flexibility positions that allow you to save time, because like this is just 30 minutes, something like that. Save time and work on your entire body flexibility. With the right intensity, with the right exercises, you're not gonna waste time, okay? Simple exercises, repeated constantly, bring results, okay? So this is a routine you can try and you can use also on a daily basis. This is good also for your daily kind of flexibility workout to bring your flexibility to the next level. Remember that if you want to work on these positions and if you want to bring your flexibility further, you can download my Flexibility Guy app, where you're gonna find plenty of more exercises to work on these positions. A flexibility video course where you're gonna learn how to stretch, and you're gonna be able also to work on your handstands and many more things. And you can check out my Flexibility Guy app following the link in the description down below. With that said, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope that you enjoyed this routine. Remember that if you have any questions for me, you can leave a comment down below. Also, if you enjoyed this type of video and this routine right over here, okay? Thanks again. See you in the next video. Bye.
I traveled all the way to Japan in this place of silence and peace to find out the secrets of flexibility training. I'm in this temple right now because here is where I believe it's hidden, the secret I'm looking for. It gotta be somewhere around here. What? A book? Nani? Honwa? Secret desu ka? Amazon de kaimasu ka? Oh, so ka. Arigatou gozaimasu. Stretching Modern Flexibility Methods is the complete playbook to master your flexibility, and you can check it out on Amazon right now. Huh? It works! It works!